4 people named everybody, somebody, anybody, and nobody. There was an important job to be done, and everybody was sure that somebody would do it. Anybody could have done it, but nobody did it. Somebody got angry about that because it was everybody's job. Everybody thought that anybody could do it, but nobody realized that everybody wouldn't do it. It ended up that everybody blamed somebody when nobody did what anybody could have done. Okay? So, you know what I'm talking about with that story? Yeah. Do you live this? Yes. Okay? This is a lack of systems.
Lack of accountability.
And a lack of accountability.
It's everyone's responsibility. No one can do it.
Fastest way to starve a horse? Put 2 people in charge of feeding it. Okay, fundamental attribution error we already talked about. Okay? Naturally, human mind has a tendency to blame a person or a personality rather than the system or situation. 90% of mistakes and breakdowns are due to systems, not people. So when you have a breakdown, understand that your mind is going to automatically go to blaming a person. That's its default set point. It's going there. And it takes energy and thought to stop that and think through what was missing in the system. What could we change in the system to make it work better? So, when there's an error, so somebody asked, how can you tell when there's a system failure or when the system isn't working? You have a repeat of the same error. Okay? That's a signal. That's one of the signals. We'll go through more in a bit. When a problem or breakdown occurs, assume first that it's a system failure, and you'll be right 90% of the time. My belief is you only have to be right 80% of the time to be world class. Right? If you're consistently right 80% of the time, you are going to rise to the top. You don't have to be right all the time. So a system, a unique way of doing certain things in an orderly sequence to achieve a desired outcome. That's what a system is. You have systems already. Every practice has systems already. Whether by design or by default, you have systems. Sometimes your systems might be chaos, right? Our system is to not have a system and just let it all fly. Some are working well. Some may not be working well, yet we continue to use them. So, another story. When my wife and I got married, we, for a variety of reasons, we had all of the family dinners at our house. We had a big house. It was easy to get in and out. Her dad was disabled. So we had everything at our house. First one we have, she's got a roast. She cuts the end of the roast off. She twirls it around, cuts the other end of the roast off. My mom didn't do that. I said, what'd you do that for? And she said, well, because it cooks better, more evenly, or it locks in the flavor, or I don't know why I do it. My mom always did it. So guess who's coming to dinner? Mom, right? So we asked Mom, why do you do that? Why do you cut off the ends of the roast pan? And she started to stumble for a reason and realized she didn't have a reason to be doing it. Her reason was that Grandma always did it. Guess who's coming to dinner? Grandma. So Grandma comes in, and I ask her, your daughter, your granddaughter, they cut the ends off the roast, and they both say it's because you did it. And she started to laugh and laugh and laugh, and she said, we were poor in those days. I only had one pan, and it was too short for the roast. So the system, they had a system, right? But did it make sense anymore? And so systems, are they good forever? No. Do they have to evolve? They do. So not everybody on your team is aware of the systems that you have. They're not aware of why they exist, how they are organized, right? So they're just taking it on faith. Sometimes new people who don't know anything know a lot because they can spot something in your systems that you're doing that doesn't any longer make sense, where it's very difficult for you to do it.